Have you ever dropped a beer? No, not like that. In Victorian Britain, many breweries practiced a kind of wild-sounding concept called dropping their beers. Essentially, you would have fermentation start in a higher tank, and then after about 12 hours, you would drop it by essentially pouring it off into a lower tank. And what was the point of this process? Well, it was actually pretty simple. After about 12 hours, a lot of what they called gick, don't Google that, formed in the beer, and by dropping the beer through this process, they were able to leave that sludge behind and ferment a cleaner beer, and it made accessing the yeast easier. See, that second level of fermentation, the tanks had a little bit of a fluted lip. So what would happen is as fermentation grew and became more active and the yeast started getting pushed up to the top on carbon dioxide, they would slip and fall over that lip into a container that caught the yeast so it could be reused for the next brew. So essentially, dropping the beer helped create a cleaner fermentation, and it helped harvest the yeast so that the brews could keep going in perpetuity. But like many old practices, it eventually went out of vogue because it was a little bit impractical. You had these massive towers of equipment, which required really high ceilings, and eventually by the 1900s, single vessel brewing just became a lot more practical. So the dropping technique is largely a lost technique, but maybe it's time for a revival. Historical beers are really starting to make a comeback.